irony of people calling you selfish. You're so selfish. You're choosing what you want to do instead of doing what I want you to do to make me happy. Lol. Where are you not being selfish and you are trying to give from a depleted cup? Choose you, because when you do, everything changes. When I came out to my family, I had to hold the vision. I had to battle for what I wanted for my life. How my lesbian codes made me a millionaire is because welcome to the Alex Tripod Show, the space where we blend 5D frequency with real world flex. After coaching thousands globally and becoming one of the most trusted and triggering voices in manifestation, I realized you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you're willing to fucking become. So if you're a high achieving entrepreneur who knows that we're born for more wealth, more influence, more unapologetic power, then strap in. This podcast is your permission slip to collapse timelines, rewrite the rules, and embody the version of you that gets everything they came for. Because let's be real, nothing is real, everything's a hologram, and you're about to bend it all in your favor. Let's fucking go. Welcome to another episode of the Alex Tripod Show, and today I am going to be sharing with you exactly how my lesbian codes made me a millionaire. That's right. My lesbian codes literally have had a big piece, and the reason why I truly believe that I've been able to build a multi-million-dollar successful, very visible business doing what I love. Before we go into that though, like Alex over here who's filming me, he said that he can't see my pants, and I wanted to show you my fabulous track pants. They're from Camilla, because who doesn't need a 10th pair of Camilla track pants, and this is part of the more chillax, bringing you into my world. I'm not quite in my home. There will be ones from my home, and rest assured they will be a bit more rogue. But this one, we're in the couch here. We're a bit more chill vibe, but just bringing you more into my world, which is why we're talking about my lesbian codes and a little bit about my coming out story and a little bit about how this applies to you, because you might not be a lesbian and you might not, it's nothing to do with that. But this is about you identifying what trauma or wound or magic that potentially you haven't fully owned yet, that if you were to own and you were to alchemize that shame, would literally have your business and income and visibility soar to a whole new level. Because if there's one thing that I've learned about how this reality works and how our hologram works, is that you literally cannot shame me around anything that I don't hold shame about myself. And once upon a time, I had shame about being gay. In fact, I remember, and not that I used to go to church much, but I'm Greek Orthodox and I was brought up Greek Orthodox, which meant twice a year at Easter, we'd go to church. And I remember when there was like a christening or Easter time, and I'd be sitting in church once or twice a year. My family's not overly religious, but they like the Greek culture. And I'd be sitting in the church. Literally, I'm like 22, 23, 24, and that stage where I was like, knew I was gay, but I was so confused, and I was like, what the fuck? And I had resentment to God. I had resentment to like, fuck you. How dare you make me gay? You made me, and you made me born into a Greek fucking family. Are you for real? And I would literally pray that I would get struck by lightning. Like, strike me by lightning if I'm wrong. If I'm really wrong, if this is really wrong, if I'm not like holy now because I like women, fucking strike me down. Right. And I would play like games in my head, and it was a real battle. And I did hold shame for a long time, to the point that, I came out to my family when I was 24, and that wasn't the end. It was like when I came out to my family, and I love my family so much. They came to Made for Millions. Like, you've seen them in my movie. Like they love me. Our relationship is incredible now. But when I first came out, holy shit. Like, I had to hold the vision. I had to battle for what I wanted for my life, not what they wanted for my life. Because in their map of the world, They got married. They had children. They wanted me to marry a good Greek man and have a family and babies. And, dad's belief was a woman's purpose is to have babies. And I'm just like, the more you say that, Dad, the more I'm not going to have babies. Don't you dare tell me that my purpose in this world is to have children, right? And so, God, there's so many tangents and segues in this. But the reason that I share this with you is because for probably 4 years after coming out, I really battled with my sexuality, and I battled with a lot of shame to the point that I just wanted my mum and dad and my family to be proud of me, and I wanted to be loved and accepted, and to the point that I, at one stage, got a one-way ticket to Greece to turn myself straight. I was like, that's it. I'm done with lesbians. I'm done with being in a relationship that I can't even put on Facebook because I'll get into trouble by mum and dad, because be gay, but don't be too gay. Right? There was rules, there was restrictions, there was, and it was my own mum's shit. My mum's had shit around, like fear of what the Rallos would say about her gay daughter and what that would mean about her as a mum. And that wasn't my shame. That was hers. But it took me a really long time to actually understand that. The resilience, the courage that was built within 24-year-old Alex, in those 4 fucking years that nearly broke me, where I tried to end my life with sleeping pills, where I would go on benders to forget my reality, where I would sleep with men, where I would try to turn myself straight, where I would try to do things just to feel validated in my love life and to feel accepted. They made me who I am today. They're a big reason why I don't give a flying fuck about how authentic I am online. They're a big reason that I'm so authentically self-expressed, fully self-expressed. It's like the manifestation game. That's cute, but what's really manifestation? Manifestation and true abundance is you being the most authentic version of you. And if you can find a way to monetize that as well, fucking you've cracked the code, baby. And a big reason that I've been able to monetize my codes, my energy, my essence, my legacy is because of how these years shaped me, right? So how my lesbian codes made me a millionaire is because in those years, I built unshakable self-trust. I also had to hold a vision so high. I remember my mom, it wasn't great. And I remember just being it's almost, I'm going to use the word stubborn, that I was like, I made a decision. I was like, Mom, one day you're going to fucking love that I'm a lesbian and you're going to be so fucking proud that I chose to be who I really am. And I just remember the fire in my belly. I just remember that decision and that self-trust in my gut. And I really truly believe when I say lesbian codes, but what I really mean is the courage to be fully self-expressed, the courage to truly choose you, even when the people in your life that love you the most, that have provided the most incredible safety for you, because my parents gave me an incredible fucking childhood, incredible childhood. And for me to then go shit on them by telling them, hey, I'm gay, because that's what it felt like to them, that I was disrespecting them, that I was shitting on them. But I was actually just choosing me. And I had to choose what was right for me. There is a version of Alex Tripod right now. Well, actually, there's a version of Alexandra Tripodis, which is my legal name, who never stepped into her mission, who's married to a Greek man with 2 or 3 Greek kids, and she's fucking miserable and she wants to neck herself. And so I truly believe, we talk about wanting to build 7-figure businesses and empires and being fully self-expressed, but the reality is so many of us still have fear of being judged. And so, quick pause, legend. If this episode is landing, then it's time you got inside 5DU. This is my entire life's work in one hub. It's 5D identity work meets business strategy that actually creates results. If you're ready to finally live in overflow, 5DU is your next step. So click the link in the show notes and get inside. Now back to the episode. until you build the code of unshakable self-trust and resilience, and I'm even going to say selfishly choosing you. The irony, right? Abraham Hicks talks about this. The irony of people calling you selfish. You're so selfish. You're choosing what you want to do instead of doing what I want you to do to make me happy. Lol, the irony, right? And so obviously when you look up the word selfish in the dictionary, it's not a very high vibe word. But when I mean selfish, like I have selfish codes. I have no problem choosing me. And because I choose me and what's right for me, I'm in a constant state of energetic overflow. Now, because I'm in such an energetic overflow, I have more to give to my clients, to my friends, to my family, to humanity at large. If I didn't choose me selfishly, what was right for me and my truth, there'd be no overflow to give. I'd be in people pleaser. I'd be in martyrdom. I'd be a shell of myself, right? So this is directly linked with making money online and being seen. And I want to ask you right now, if you weren't scared of anyone's judgment, what would you dare to post? What would you dare to do? What would you dare to create? Because I promise you right now, even if you've made 10, 20, 50K months, you're probably on some level still watering down what you really want to do. And there's probably still a part of you that's scared of how that's going to be perceived. So the reason that I so outwardly say a statement like how my lesbian codes made me a millionaire is because what I battled with and what I overcame and the codes that I embodied and integrated and uploaded in my mid to late 20s, activated a fucking lion, activated an unstoppable, fully self-expressed, no fucks given, authentic leader that I am now. And that's what you can feel through this screen. That's what attracts you to me. That's the code. Every millionaire must learn how to choose themselves even when it's scary. So where are you not choosing yourself? Where are you not being selfish and you are trying to give from a depleted cup? Choose you, because when you do, everything changes. The game changes. And maybe it's not that you're unlucky that you're a lesbian born in a Greek family. Maybe your soul fucking chose it. So whatever trauma, whether it's, let's talk heavy shit, like sexual assault, or like you're born into a family where it was just poverty, or like, really like big fucking trauma with a capital T that you've journeyed, or even little trauma. Like, where are you still not seeing that as a gift? Because like I assure you, the codes that you have embodied by journeying that and going through that, babe, like you just on a soul level, you chose that. You chose your mum, you chose your dad, you chose that fucking asshole that did that to you, you chose a narcissist, you chose all of it to integrate the code to become who you are, to then help others shift through it. I love you. Own yourself fully. Dare to be selfish. Dare to be in divine service from a state of overflow. I love you, and I'll see you on another episode of The Alex Tripod Show. And until then, let me sprinkle some lesbian codes on you. Thanks for tuning into the Alex Tripod Show. If this episode activated something inside of you, leave a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify and hit that subscribe button on YouTube so you never miss a frequency drop. Because this isn't just a podcast, it's a mission to raise a vibration of humanity, to awaken millions, to build new earth, one lit up legend at a time. And if you're ready to go deeper, wilder, and all in on your soul's legacy, come play on Instagram at Alex Tripod. I'm there daily, dropping codes, calling out bullshit, and helping you manifest the life you actually want. Let's keep playing big, because we're only just getting started.